Hello everyone, this is Natasha. In today's video, I'll be demonstrating how to safely remove old product, perform a precise Russian manicure, and apply a thin, structured layer of builder gel to strengthen the natural nails. A new client came to me with a builder gel overlay. The product had worn okay, but it was way too thick for her nail length. Plus, there was no smooth grow-out transition, just a bulky ridge right by the cuticle. I chose a corn-shaped carbide bit because there was a lot of product to remove. I'm always testing new bits and figuring out what works best. For thinner overlays, a fine or medium bit is enough, but here, I needed a coarse one with a strong abrasive surface. This bit is sharp and efficient. It removes the material quickly, smooths the surface gently, and evens everything out. With the rounded tip, I did speed up the footage a little, just enough to keep it interesting, but not too fast to miss the details. I can easily remove small liftings without damaging the natural nail. It's super comfortable to work with. I want to show you my full removal process on one hand. It's important to firmly secure the client's finger and have stable hand support while filing. My thumb and index finger hold the client's finger tight so it doesn't vibrate. And that way, the client feels comfortable during product removal. When removing old product, I work very carefully, without putting too much pressure on the drill bit. I use smooth, controlled movements, letting the bit do the work for me. This gentle technique helps protect the natural nail plate and keeps it healthy for the next application. Important, we don't remove the product completely down to the natural nail. I usually shorten the nail length at the very end, but since this client wanted her nails quite short, I went ahead and shortened them now using the E-file. Once the old product is completely off, I move on to prepping the nail for a Russian manicure. I start by gently pushing back the cuticle. Then I begin removing pterygium using a special bit, not a flame one. I really like this bit because it has a sharp point and a straight belly, which makes it easy to clean the natural nail surface. I always clean the left side of the cuticle area on all 5 nails first. After that, I use a soft brush to remove dust. A Russian manicure is all about precision. When I work on the cuticle, I use a bit at 18,000 revolutions per minute. But I don't apply any pressure. The bit does all the work when your technique is right. And here's something important. Now I remove the cuticle with nippers. I always work very precisely and carefully, so the cut is clean and the skin is not traumatized. I apply an acid-free primer only on the natural nail, not over the entire surface. This ensures adhesion without over-drying the plate. Then I apply a thin base coat layer and cure it in the lamp for at least 1 full minute. The base coat is one of the most important steps in my work. I pay extra attention to it because the durability of the entire set and the risk of lifting directly depend on how well the base is applied. If even a small area of the natural nail is left uncovered, the next layer of product will touch the bare nail, and that almost always leads to lifting. In my professional experience, the longevity of any nail enhancement begins with one thing: immaculate manicure prep. No matter how advanced your products are, if the cuticle area isn't perfectly clean and the nail plate isn't properly prepped, lifting is just a matter of time. Now it's time to strengthen the nails with builder gel. Today I'm using a medium viscosity, clear builder gel. It's easy to control and doesn't run. I apply a thin, even layer on each nail and cure them all in the lamp. Once the gel is fully cured, I shape the nails with a hand file. I don't use the E-file for this step, since the overlay is already very thin and even. I carefully refine the surface and shape the nails into a soft square, very wearable and elegant. I make sure not to file too close to the cuticle to keep that area thin and smooth. After shaping, I clean the nails from dust again. It's time for gel polish. I always stir the polish before use. It helps with even coverage. I apply the first thin layer, not too close to the cuticle, but I make sure to cover the sides of the nail well. I polish all 5 fingers, then cure them. While one hand is curing, I move on to polish the other hand. After the first layer is cured, I apply the second coat, this time as close to the cuticle as possible using the brush from the bottle. Then, I take a fine detail brush and carefully pull the color, even closer to the cuticle and sidewalls. I do the same on the other hand, then cure again, this time for at least 1 minute. The final step is top coat. I apply a thin, even layer over all 5 nails and cure them for 2 full minutes. The final result? Super thin, elegant, clean coverage. The shape is balanced, the surface is smooth, and the overall look is beautiful and long-lasting. I hope you enjoyed watching this transformation. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my other tutorials for more real client cases, technique breakdowns, and tips for nail techs of all levels.